If you feel like you have tried every time management trick in the book and you are still chasing your tail, you are not alone. My name is Haya, and I work with high-achieving entrepreneurial women to help them create a life they absolutely love around their business and their family responsibilities. And today we're talking about time management. Why is it that we've read all the time management blogs, we've listened to all of the YouTube trainings, we have tried all the hacks, and we still feel like we are living in reactionary mode? There's one reason and one reason only. And I just want you to know right now, there is nothing wrong with you. And all those time management trips and ticks and hacks that we've read about and that we've tried, they're pretty good suggestions. There's nothing inadvertently wrong with them. So where is the breakdown? The breakdown is that time management is not a one-size-fits-all approach. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I want you to think of time management actually in terms of a bigger picture. Instead of just trying to manage your time and manage your clock, I want you to think about managing your life and managing your priorities. And as you get very clear on what you want out of your life and what your priorities really are, then time management, or what we typically think of when we hear the phrase time management, that actually flows very smoothly as a byproduct of getting our life and our priorities in order. So how do we do that? Well, we start with the big picture. We get very, very clear on exactly what it is that we want out of life. What are our big picture life goals that we want to achieve? What do we want our life to look like? Now, that is almost counterintuitive because you're like, I can't think about what I want my life to look like. I can't even figure out tomorrow. And I feel your pain. I really, really do. But that is the biggest pitfall that the vast majority of well-meaning, intelligent women fall into. We actually end up making our task lists and attempting time management really in reactionary mode. And as long as we are living in reactionary mode, it is a vicious downward spiral. You know what it feels like. You've been there. So how do we turn that on its head? Well, what I want to recommend to you, instead of this one-size-fits-all approach that really usually ends up as a one-size-fits-none approach, I want you to think of it as building a custom home versus building a track home. And I want you to think of standard, typical time management as like the track home mentality, whereas what I'm going to invite you to do is more of a custom home mentality. So think of it. If you could have anything that you wanted, as far as your home is concerned, money were no object, which would you pick? Would you pick a track home or would you pick a custom built home? Most people would go for the custom built home. Why? Because it's built for your life, your needs, your pleasures, your personal preferences. It's fit and it is made for what works for you, your family, and your life. Versus say, a track home where you get to pick, from the different door handles and the different maybe color paint, the different color floor you get a couple of, exterior entry options to pick from. But for the most part, it's just like multiple choice. You get a few options on the house. That is not what we're talking about here. If you can imagine every single detail of designing and building a custom home, that's the exact same approach and mentality that you can have to designing your life. And that is how time management should be. That's how it can be. It can be just that detailed and customized for your life. And believe it or not, it's not hard to get it there. You can do it in a very, very straightforward way. Does it take a little bit of effort? Sure. Anything worth having takes effort. And this is one of the things that I really want to invite you and encourage you to get rid of is this microwave mentality, this quick fix to everything in life. A microwave mentality will never bring you the long-term sustainable results that you're looking for. So what I want you to think of instead is a bit of a a leapfrog approach, okay? Where you might not be the fastest out of the gate, but you, by taking the little bit of time on the front end and strategically designing your life and really thinking about what you want it to look like, then very, very soon you're actually gonna leapfrog beyond everyone else in their attempts at time management, and you're certainly gonna leapfrog beyond your potential of what you have been able to create in your life up till now. Sound good? Okay, so we understand that time management is not a one size fits all. That actually ends up as one size fits none. And we understand that we want to build a customized approach to our life based on our season of life, our phase of life, our family size, our family needs, our work goals, all of our different personal, financial goals, needs, and priorities. And based on all of those things together, which if you've been with me for longer than about 2 minutes, you already are familiar with my 8 lanes approach to life. And once you get very clear on your 8 lanes, then you can sketch out exactly how you want all those lanes to fit together. Have you ever heard the song, of course, Life is a Highway? So we want to get all of the 8 lanes of our life in a flow, in a rhythm. Otherwise, if we don't, then we've got a traffic jam and there's collisions in every direction and you are in a complete gridlock with your life and nothing flows. You know what I'm talking about, right? Once you get all of your 8 lanes of life flowing in the right direction, then you create liftoff in your life and it is a perfectly smooth highway. Isn't that what we're looking for? Okay. So if I know that I want to identify my goals and my priorities across these different lanes of my life, which I'll put a link here at the bottom of this video. I'll put a link to the 8 lanes of life video so you can understand what I'm talking about. There's no need to rehash it here. Once you do that, once you're clear on that, then you can decide, okay, the way I want my life to look is like the front of a puzzle, right? You've got this beautiful picture on the front of the puzzle. Then you've got all the individual pieces of the puzzle inside the box. All those individual pieces of the puzzle, those are your tasks, those are your responsibilities, those are your obligations and expectations. And what we want to do is we start putting all of those pieces together and we think, okay, how can I move this around? How can I do, you know what, this doesn't fit. It's for the wrong puzzle. It no longer fits my life. It no longer fits my priorities. Get rid of it. This one isn't right. This one isn't right. And you start moving the puzzle pieces around to create this beautiful picture of your life. Once you understand that mentality, that you don't just have to keep running around like a chicken with your head cut off, that you can design your life and absolutely live out your vision, your world becomes the most exciting, fulfilling, freeing place you could possibly imagine. And what a shame that the overwhelming majority of women never actually get to experience this freedom and this sense of clarity and fulfillment, because they are stuck chasing their tail thinking that they just have to live in a track home life. They think, this is all there is. I guess it doesn't get any better. I guess, I shouldn't get my hopes up. And they think they outgrew their dreams or that, real life got in the way. And let me just tell you right now, I don't care how old you are, what your financial situation is, how stuck you feel, how ragged you feel, or how much you feel like you should just, be grateful for what you've got and settle for where you are right now. Well, 100% we want to be grateful for what we've got, but you don't have to settle for where you are right now. And you can raise the bar on yourself, you can raise your bar on your circumstances around you, and you can totally raise the bar on your own life by choosing right now, today, to draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, I don't really want to settle for a track home approach to life from here on out. I want to design my life, design my time around my priorities so that I can actually create and live a life that I love. And you can totally do that by deciding right now to get clear on who you want to be, what you want to stand for, what your priorities are, and then you can begin the effort of redesigning your life to meet that life vision. And believe it or not, this is all encapsulated under understanding why time management tips, tricks, and hacks don't work for everybody, why they certainly don't work for you as a high achieving woman with big goals and big dreams. And let me tell you, sister, you do not have to settle for that. So if you click the link below, you click into learning about the 8 lanes, I will be more than happy to share all of this with you because I want you to live the life of your dreams. Love ya. Let's do it together.